Let's get started. I'm sick. Not so sick that I can't do stuff, but sick enough that it sucks doing things. And that my teeth hurt and I have a headache. So painkillers are my friend. Right. Let's address the flying snake in the room. I did the Deltascape V4 Savage. I actually did that solo, which was really fun to learn, just by myself. I had to do it on Scholar for healing, so I was a bit worried about how much damage I was going to do. But once I learned the mechanics that were killing me, like insta-killing me, the rest of it wasn't too bad. I had fun with it. Other than that, I have also done kind of a lot of Animos. So I now have enough Animos, enough protean crystals for Animos for every single remaining Animos relic. I still need 3 more Pazuzu feathers. 3 more lots of Pazuzu feathers, which is actually, what, 9? Yeah, 9 actual feathers. 3 kills of Pazuzu, though. And then I will be completely done with Animos. And I'm fucking looking forward to it, because, yeah. Although that does then mean that I have to move on to Pagos, where I have a lot more of the grind. So, I'm like 80... I have 80% of all of the Pazuzu feathers that I need. I just need the last 20%. But then I am at about 35% for both light crystals, Pagos crystals, and Lohi ice. For Pagos. Although I have a feeling that I'm going to end up buying a lot of Lohi ice. Because I think that the thing that's going to actually throttle me with Pagos is going to be getting the light for everything. More so than getting crystals. But anyway, the goal for today is to catch up on job quests for the remaining classes, which are basically just the DPS ones. So we have Dragoon, Ninja, Bard, I believe we still have Machinist, and Black Mage left. So that would be our 5... Yeah, that would be our 5 jobs that we have left. Let's get Dragoon over and done with. I'm going to work my way through Dragoon and Ninja, and then if that doesn't take too long, we might also do Bard. I don't plan on doing Alphascape raids today. I'm going to leave that for later in the week. Potentially that'll be Friday's stream. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. After. Word of Estinian's disappearance from the infirmary has reached mine ears. Whilst part of me is quite capable of sympathizing with his desire to abandon the Holy See, I do wish he had said something ere his departure. But then, I suppose it's only to be expected. With Nidhogg slain, the Horde's ranks have fallen into disarray. They are not the threat they once were. Ishgard has scant need of an Azure Dragoon. Suffice it to say, one would imagine the role of the Dragoon shall simply be forced to change as we enter this new era of relative peace. However, whilst you may have saved Justinian from the Great Worm, my mind is yet plagued by Justine's internal strife. May Heloni lend her the strength needed to shake free from the dragon blood's fierce grip. Looking quite well, Sir Alberic, and Mistress After. It's a pleasure to see you too. Lord Montelgain, After and I were just speaking of your daughter. A daughter of mine is in fact why I've sought you out. I was recently handed a letter by a merchant that had passed through the Chocobo Forest. His word is to be believed. He was entrusted with this message by Justine herself. The letter was a call for help, Mistress After. She bade you search for her. Fury, she'd been set upon by heretics once more. Alas, there was no more information in her message. Not a day goes by I do not pray for her safe return. After, I must ask that you take up your lance once more to aid your fellow Dragoon. Are you willing? Thank you, Mistress After. Justine awaits you in the Dravanian Forelands. Please, help her with whatever she requests. Okay, am I going to actually have to go into any Stormblood regions for this? It has been a while since I've played Dragoon. This is the first time I've touched it since I got it up to 80. Oh, and that's a point. I now have White Mage up to 90. That's the one that I'm currently working on. And then I'll probably work on Astro and Sage to get all the healers up. Just because they're the easiest thing for me to level. Healing is quite easy for most duties. So, yeah. And then I'll probably work on the tanks and leave the DPS to last. I mean, actually, maybe not. I might deliberately do some DPS before doing all of the tanks. Like, I might level up Warrior or Dark Knight or some shit. I don't know yet. There's no particular rush. Yo! So the letter reached my father. I'm sorry for having you journey so far just to meet me. As you well know, I cannot return to Ishgard in my current condition. That said, the blood's hold on me is not as firm as it once was. It is largely thanks to a new ally of mine. His help has been invaluable in learning to control the dragon within. In fact, I have a mind to introduce him to you. Onkai, After has arrived. Hiya. It is an honor to meet you, hero of men. Much have I heard of you from my father. He would often talk of the warrior that boasted the strength of a dragon. Onkai has been a great friend ever since he first came across me suffering from the blood's effects. Very much doubt I'd be capable of standing here exchanging words with you if it were not for his help. I called you here in order to repay my debt to him. Onkai, tell After what troubles you. Yes, thank you. Long before I came into this world, in the age when men and dragon were at peace, my father had a consort. The Dragon Song War tore them asunder. Father belonged to Hraesvelgur's Blarud, as do I. His consort was part of Nidhogg's. When Nidhogg demanded vengeance for the wrongs committed against him and Ratotskir, Father asked his consort to fly far to the east. She bore no ill will toward man, and while she wanted nothing more than to stay by Father's side, she accepted his request, fled the conflict. However, your valiant actions have since put an end to the Dragon Song War. Positive Father's consort will return if we inform her of the war's conclusion. Onkai requires your aid to search for his father's consort and bring her back home. However, as she left Dravania some 1,000 summers past, locating her shall be far from an easy task. Under normal circumstances, I would help Onkai myself, but while I'm somewhat recovered, I am yet far from being in complete control. That is why I summoned you. Your knowledge of the realm is unparalleled. I beg of you, aid Orn Kai in his search. You have my sincerest thanks. Thank you, After. I owe you a debt of gratitude once more. Regrettably, while we know she's somewhere to the east, we are entirely ignorant as to the consort's precise whereabouts. I'd suggest you first try asking Sir Albric about Dravanian legends, specifically those concerning dragons in the east. Pray, report back to me once you've learned anything you deem pertinent. Hold on. Because I have it sorted by expansion, not by region. It makes going to and from Curtis Central and the other zones quite awkward. So what do my buttons do again? Oh. So that's basically a powered up Dragonfire dive. Understood. Stick it there, fuck it. I don't know what the level 70 gear looks like for Dragoon. Glad to see you've safely returned. Were you able to locate Justine? I see. She is correct to surmise formidable dragons are oft made the subject of local legend. I'll discuss this with the congregation priest. I've known him to be quite an authority on Dravanian legends. Although to think that a dragoon once gripped by the sole desire to slay dragons would now wish to help one. It is a queer new world indeed that we inhabit, though not one I dislike. But that matters not. I shall seek out the priest at once and raise your query with him. Pray, return anon, and I shall impart my findings unto you. Probably drop the game now that we're not playing shooty cyberpunk. After, just the woman I wish to see. We finished examining the Dravanian legends known to us but a short while ago. However, the priest bade me make it clear to you that these kinds of legends are oft told in increasingly colourful ways as the years go on. Quite common is it for a mere scalekin or puck to, with the keeper's help, transform into a fearsome dragon. I suppose it should come as a little surprise. Legends gain fame by capturing the imagination of the masses. It would not do for an unadorned winged lizard to be the protagonist. But let's put the issue of authenticity to one side for a moment. I've summarised the first tale which seems most relevant on this piece of parchment. Pray, put it to use in your search. Oh, and lastly, tell Justine that she is ever in my thoughts. Where the fuck is it? Oh. Oh shit. Nearly went past it. But that parchment happened to be for mine. Ah, yes. I would never forget Sir Albric's exquisite handwriting. This information shall be of great use, I'm sure. Let's see. Seems he thinks we ought to commence our search with the slumbering worm of Girabania. This is my first time seeing these patterns that men use. Fascinating indeed that you can share information in such a manner. Dravanian history is chronicled not with letters, but through song. These verses have taught me much about Fornum, my father's consort. Fornum, you say? Well, knowing her name can only aid the search. Arthur, pray accompany Ornkai to the ruins of the Fist of Ralga temple in the fringes. Sir Albrecht states that this is where the origins of the slumbering worm lie. The journey ahead is long. It will benefit us not to delay our departure any longer. Whistle for me when you've reached our destination, and I shall come to your side. Okay. I had to double check that it didn't expect me to, like, summon Ornkai somehow right now. Because it doesn't say at the location, just the summon. But I guess it did take us to a Stormblood zone pretty fucking quickly. Compared to some of the other job quests I had to do. See, man is capable of using lots of styles when creating buildings. I've been expecting something similar to those found in the churning mists. Let us venture inside and see if Fornum cannot be found. I'd be very impressed if she was here. After! That ain't her. Your help, if you please. Okay, so it's a construct. I've played so much Eureka that I was about to say I need to change my element. Oh shit, yeah, I've also played so much Red Mage that it's kind of the default for my buttons now. I had been admiring the craftsmanship of man when it suddenly moved toward me. I struggle to believe this is what the legends refer to as the slumbering worm. Ah, dear After. Did not know you too were researching the slumbering worm. Wait, you know of the slumbering worm? We've journeyed here for the very purpose of meeting that dragon. You Travanians could do with studying up on your history. The time when one could meet the worm has long since passed. The High Priest Heimart, also known as the Slumbering Worm, departed this world over 300 years ago. The Slumbering Worm was a mere man? But of course. Why would you think otherwise? Heimart was a monk renowned for his mastery of meditation, though when necessary he was quite capable of harnessing his worm-like strength to trounce his foes. He earned Slumbering Worm alias after 100 men, however, fell asleep. Well, it seems we must begin our search anew. I worry I too may become a slumbering worm should I listen to this tiring man any longer. Let us pay a visit to Sir Ulbrich instead. Anyone Justine holds in such high regard can surely aid our hunt. I like how he just kept talking whilst we had an entirely separate conversation. And he's still going! Wait, what? Oh. I thought he was about to break the fourth wall. Okay, so now I just need to go back to Kurthus. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of teleporting to and from Curtis Central, isn't it? Oh well, we're already two job quests down, and it's only been 20 minutes of stream. The day after, our friend here has informed me as to the truth behind the legend. My apologies for not looking deep into the story before bringing it to your attention. Your next destination lies in the far east. And tell me, have you set foot in the region before? A port city called Kugane sounds positively fascinating. I imagined it would be a fine place to begin looking into this next legend. Regrettably, I should not think Kai will be able to accompany you on this journey. How do you expect to find form without a dragon in tow? Your plight is well understood, Kai. It's truly a shame your wings do not match your ambition. Though, mayhap I have not fully considered all options available to us. We do owe you a great debt for all you've done for Justine. Allow me some time, and I shall see to it that you are able to follow to the far east. You have my thanks, Sir Albric. Oh, I wish I could set off this very moment. Perhaps a spot of hunting would be enough to calm me down. Pray, call me when preparations are complete. At the very least, we now know that Justine will not have wanted for company since leaving Ishgard. Sadly, I may struggle to secure passage to the east in quite as timely a manner as he would like. Pray, keep your lance arm honed. There's no knowing just what you face in Otard. It pleases me to tell you I have at last discovered a means to have our young friend safely transported to Kugane. Reached an agreement with the owner of an establishment in the area. I believe its name was Bokaisen Hot Springs. Converse with him once you arrived in Kugane, and he shall tell you Kai's whereabouts. I took the liberty of making the little one aware of a few local legends. Hopefully they shall aid you in your search for fortune. Kugane! Come one, come all, burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes, there's naught that the mythical waters of the Bokaisen Hot Springs cannot heal. Oh, you say your name's Afterbun. A package just arrived for you. I shall fetch it right this instant. Someone? Anyone? Release me from this icy prison. What's that blasted Dragoon thinking? It's all well and good for him to tell me to simply sleep through the journey. He's not the one stuffed in a crate of ice crystals. And the boat, oh, how it rocked. Admittedly, he is right in thinking dragons capable of entering a long sleep-like state, but we're not bears. We do not require freezing cold temperatures to achieve this. Ugh, my fangs are like icicles. That said, I must admit I enjoyed my best sleep for many a year. At any rate, now we're both here, we can resume the search for Fornham. Before I was unceremoniously stuffed into that crate, Sir Ulbricht told me of the legend of Siriu, a dragon regarded as a guardian of the Far East. Though something tells me we would not have much luck with this tale either, the story has existed for several thousand years. Fornham only came to these lands a mere millennium ago. Sir Ulbrich agreed that the story most worth our attention was that of the Serpent of the Ruby Sea. This came into being much more recently. I suggest you visit Isari and try asking the residents if they know anything that might be of help. Whistle for me once you feel you have found something I should know. I mean, to be honest, I can just teleport on a Cora. What's that now? Am I familiar with the Serpent at the Ruby Sea? You'll struggle to find someone here that's not. Not a day of my childhood passed without my grandmother telling me that fairy tale. These days, hearing the opening line of it alone puts me to sleep in an instant. All children that dare swim out in the deep blue sea are sure to become the sea serpent's tea. Oh my, nearly fell asleep there. Imagine that it's all anyone of my age will be able to tell you. Try asking the elderly woman over there if you want to know any more. You would have me tell you the fairy tale of the Serpent of the Ruby Sea? Oh dear child, that is no mere fairy tale. Head on over to the Choral Banquet if you do not believe me. You shall find a horror beyond your wildest nightmares. Its nose misses nothing, especially not the blood of men. There is many a tale of wounded pirates falling overboard and being swallowed alive before they could plant a hand on the ship they fell from. Okay. It does sound promising, but it's probably a sea serpent. Does it seem like the serpent could be Fornum? Well, it is true we dragons do hunt by following our prey's scent. Not known our kind to swallow men whole. The idea strikes me as awfully barbaric. While I doubt this will lead us to Fornum, my curiosity has been piqued, and I cannot simply leave this mystery unsolved. It is also a brilliant excuse for me to engage in a bit of hunting. Cannot hope to draw out the beast without bait, after all. Head to the Choral Banquet, and I shall join you briefly, shortly, whatever the fuck I said. Who gives a shit? I'm a baby dragon. This is the Choral Banquet, right? Can't say that I've seen anything here that would be dragon-esque. Father never mentioned you were this slow. already hunted a beast that will doubtless lure out the serpent and still arrived here long before you. I shall go ahead and hurl the bloody meat into the sea. Pray, deal with any hungry creatures that are drawn to us. Oh god. Oh yeah, you know what? That was actually amazing. That is certainly. Well, don't know about you, but that was somewhat bigger than what I was expecting. We may have failed to find Fornum, but in her place we've gained a delicious supper. Now we have the serpent to meet. Let us head back to the Bokaisan hot springs. Last one back has to prepare dinner. Okay, at least now I don't have to run to and from Kurthus. So far, these have been delightfully short. Given that I'm not a massive fan of them. Oh, After, good to see you returned at last. I must confess, I was unable to resist the meat's seductive call, and before I knew it, I devoured the vast majority of our spoils. Please do help yourself to whatever's left. I've stored the scrap leftovers in the crate I was sent here in. Pay no attention to anything that may resemble teeth marks. Those are indentations created by the ice. Oh, anyone can see through that line. I'm sorry, Arthur. I do hope my greed has not upset you too much. Why didn't you leave me any good morsels? Calm yourself. Many who would count themselves lucky to even have the chance to nibble on the meat of such a majestic beast. Regardless, meat is far from our primary concern at the moment. I am beginning to wonder if the day we find Fornum will ever come. But I must not allow myself to lose heart so easily. There are still plenty of legends for us to look into. Hope is far from lost. Pray, continue to grant me your support. I must say, I could get used to life in the Far East. Unlike those in Ishgard, Hingen's harbour no feelings towards us Revanians. You should really hear some of the things Karaku says. He keeps remarking that he wants me to stay here for eternity when he introduces me to new people. It seems he believes quite strongly that dragons bring good luck. But what is that expression I see on your face? Maybe jealousy? Oh, do not worry. You shall be just as popular here one day. More importantly, one of the new friends I have made through Karaku mentioned that he saw something that might prove relevant to our search. I was just about to go and meet him now. Why don't you accompany me? Where the fuck do you want me to go? Oh, not that far. Wait, this can only be executed while under the effects of Life of the Dragon. That grants Life of the Dragon. So it might be best for me to do it that way. Is it on the bridge? No. Where is this going? Oh. Give me a moment. I shall call him now. It is I, Onkai. Fucking course. Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours for the wait. Yes, yes. Wait, what? After? Do not worry. No more betrayals. Sworn on all the Kamian creation I have. Yes, yes. After? You've already made Yodo's acquaintance? Come to hear about dragon legends. Yes, yes. There is a place that comes to mind, the Eorzean Steppe. You can get there by following the one river, home to all Namazu. Go way, way upstream and you will find the steppe. Yes, yes. It is here that a monstrous dragon, as dark as the night sky, is set to slumber. Dark as the night sky, you say? No more information do I have.
Go to Marketplace on Azim Step, known as Reunion. You may find answers you seek there. This could be the one after. The Horde was home to many a dark-scaled dragon after all. But let us return to Reunion. Children. Well, as these energetic children have come to me, it seems only natural that I'd tried questioning them first. Perhaps your time would be best spent asking some of the more mature Aura if they know anything of the Dragon Gyodo mentioned. Yeah, let me ask the silent guys. Seems you'd be better served asking elsewhere. No shit. A black dragon in these parts? Sure, I know of it. Storytellers say the fiend awakens once every few decades and goes on a wild rampage. When it's had its fill of destruction, it returns to its lair in the northwestern mountains and slumbers. If any tribe were able to slay such a beast, it would bring them great honor. We Oranir have had our eyes on it for some time. You're looking for the dragon, are you? I did hear there's been a sighting recently. First one in 100 years, apparently. Not that I believe any of that nonsense. It would not surprise me if the whole story was dreamed up by some fool Oranir in his cups. After help, these children are not playing nice. Don't suppose you fared any better? And it's said to live in the northwest. If the dragon has truly been sighted recently, our timing's perfect. I'm glad we did not come this far only to find it in the midst of a deep slumber. Let's head for the mountains to the northwest. Now, children, do you not think it's time you were making your way back to Mummy and Daddy? We grown-ups have business to attend to. I mean, I suppose, compared to these guys, you are grown-ups, given you're probably, like, 100 years old. But you're still just a baby. How far do I have to go? Yeah. Seems as good an area as any to commence our search. Ready to get started? Let's do it. I guess I'm gonna have to fight the dark dragon. Well then, let's see if we cannot... Wait, what's that smell? Delicious, delicious aura. Are we about to learn that locals refer to this warrior as a black dragon? You also on the hunt for this dragon? Hunt? Perish the thought. We've come to speak with it. I've heard everything. Speak, you say? You may be calm and willing to talk, but I assure you that black-scaled monster's not in the mood. It's thrashed 8 of our finest warriors. You're disgraced, but I must inform our Khan of the battle's outcome. Well, he certainly was not interested in staying here any longer. Come along after. I think we may have finally found Fornham this time. Yeah, and if we did, they're very happy to see us. Oh, well, that would be a dragon. well, apparently it is actually Fornum. I gotta beat the shit out of him. I suppose that makes sense, given it does look like she's based. Oh, that was quick. Fornum, I beg of you, listen to me. She's mad with fury. My voice does not reach her. This clash will only end if one of you perishes. Let us retreat for now and rethink our approach. So who's your daddy? We've come so far and overcome so many obstacles. When we finally meet Fornum, we cannot even speak with her. My apologies, but pray, return to reunion without me. I need some time to take all of this in. Perhaps a spot of hunting would help clear my mind. I mean, be fucking careful, given that you just got bitch slapped by an elder dragon. Yes, I am somewhat calmer now. Thank you for asking. The key to all of this is discovering the source of Fornum's rage. But once we know this, we can decide our next move. Pray, give me some time. We'll not allow our journey to end in failure. Oh. Nice to see you again. Pray forgive me. I've not made any progress in ascertaining the reason for Fornum's rage. It's truly pathetic. I've been alive far, far longer than you, and yet have nothing to show for it. Surely you did not think me younger than you? I may be small, but you should know that we Dravanians live far longer than any man. Wait, we do live in an unawfully long time. I think I may have got it. Dravanians live for eons. I've heard tales from Gullimbursty of dragons going into seclusion for centuries while carrying grief in their hearts. Ultimately, they are unable to bear the strain and it breaks something fundamental within them. Many a year will need to pass before I come of age to choose a consort. I believe they help in saving oneself from the abyss of isolation. This is why your kind elects to marry, is it not? I have no idea why anyone marries. We marry for love. Love? It sounds fairly similar to our reason for choosing a consort. Regardless, I'm almost certain that Fornum's fury was caused by the profound loneliness she's endured over this past millennia. Leaving father's side after they spent so long together must have caused her intense anguish. The question is, how do we heal her pain? Who's your daddy? Can he not come? See, you two survived your talk with the dragon. Was it as fruitful a discussion as you'd hoped for? Not that it matters much. A group of Kestiri merchants have pooled their resources and hired a hunter said to be quite handy with a lance. I've my doubts he's capable of slaying the worm, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch him try. I wonder who the dragon slayer in question could be. I struggle to imagine there are that many men with the skill to go toe-to-toe with a dragon like Fornum. However, if If he is truly a threat, then we cannot risk him reaching her before us. We may not have a plan, but we have little choice. Come, let us hurry to where we last saw Fornham.
Is it Estinian? We know that he's in the area from the MSQ. And the only other people that I can think of that it could be would be Ulbrich or Justine, neither of whom I think have come over to the Far East. Okay, all the way up near Bardham's Metal. Let's do it. Yeah, this set of job quests has actually been very quick.
Where is she? We must find her before that hunter does.
It's good to see you again, Warrior of Light.
It is Estinian!
I guess that's the armor that we get, huh? It would seem that we two Azure Dragoons share one target, though I suppose neither of us still hold that mantle. Old habits do not die so easily.
The Azure Dragoon of Ishgard?
Who exactly is your diminutive friend? Journey to the Far East in search of an ancient worm's consort. Quite a tale indeed. At the end of my own journey, I chose to continue my travels and eventually found myself in the Far East. It was here that word of the dragon you seek reached mine ears. It had been my intention to act as an intermediary between man and dragon, assuming the beast could be reasoned with. If not, I was prepared to brandish my lance. Regardless, I would wager that the young one has the right of it. What is more, she's doubtless still suffering from the effects of Needhog's hateful dirge that summoned the Horde. The Dreadworm's hold over his brood was absolute. His unquenchable thirst for vengeance spread through the Horde, leaving none untouched. I think one of them was able to resist his call to decimate Ishgard. It should come as no surprise that she would succumb to madness. The worm spent a millennium in solitude resisting Needhog's demand for vengeance. I can think of but one way she may be saved. We weaken her enough that she's willing to listen to reason. We've already tried that approach. It didn't work last time, and I very much doubt repeating it will change anything. I do not advocate the same approach, little one. Have you do more than simply talk to her. Nay, you shall use your roar. That is the only way you can hope to let her know the war is ended, that her consort awaits her in the skies above. My roar? You have the two dragoons that bested Needhog at your side. It's naught to fear. All you need do is harness your roar to clear the haze that clouds the worm's eyes.
I should do my best. Should we fail again, I fear we may not be blessed with another chance. Pray, lend me your strength, Azure Dragoons.
Let us depart. The frenzied dragon awaits us on Bardham's Metal. The time is nigh to free her from war's tragedy.
Oh, okay, just fucking straight into it. Alright.
love how playing Dragoon after not having played it for ages makes me wonder if I know how to play this game at all again. Just because, like, I don't remember pretty much any of the fucking buttons. I certainly don't remember any of the positions, so I'm not fucking bothering. I could re-ult it, but it's just not worth it. I'm not going to play much Dragoon. Okay, I just needed to let... Fuck. I needed to let Estinian get aggro. Because there isn't a healer. That's a death as well. Not that I've been very good at counting deaths. I should count 7 more. Hold on. 4... That's how many times we died last time, I think. With deaths in FF14 being considered any time that I happen to respawn at the beginning of the dungeon or respawn point. If I get res, they don't count. Fucking pop everything. It's not really. I'll get most of that back. Oh yeah, I forget that I have second. I don't think I actually used that one attempt where I just died. I was blind to the button. Hurry up! Oh wait, on Kai. Where is... Oh.
Heal me, bitch!
Oh. Oh god. Okay. So he's giving me a regen effect. That's kind of nice. That's not where I meant to go. So, okay, it's kind of planned for her to get you down pretty close to death. With me. Oh, 2 LB3s at once? Now, little one, roar with all your being. Bornham, hear my cry! Bitch! Why? Why must we go to war? I have no ill will, no desire to fight. I have only silence. Most deafening silence. It's no use. I cannot reach her. Ah. Godofnir. Do not be so quick to abandon hope, my son. Wait. Okay, no, it's Godofnir. I am come for thee, dearest fawn. Wings of white. Long have they filled my dreams. Better Falnir, my love. Father. That's who your daddy is. Isn't he the one that we rode to fight Nidhogg for the final time? Noble Dragoons, on Kai, give you my thanks. Were it not for your succor, I would not have been reunited with my beloved. Allow me to thank you as well. I had truly thought Vidofnir lost to me. Mere words will scarce be enough to convey my appreciation. When the conflict began 1,000 years past, Nidhogg demanded we exact vengeance upon man. However, I refused to allow his hatred to take root within me. I could not bring myself to forget the days when I soared the azure skies with Vidofnir, night on back. Dragon cannot simply shut her ears to her sire's call. To do so would cause her great torment. Thus I bid Fornham flee to the east. She might live in peace until the final strains of the Dragonsong War did fade to an end. Duty bound to protect Zenith, I remained behind in Travania. But ever did I regret not following my heart, my beloved. It was after she left the eastern lands that thou didst come into this world, my son. Now I finally see why I was given a name meaning one born of sadness. Alas, I fear I will never be your match, father. Fornham barely even noticed my roar. Belittle not your efforts, Kai. I should not have known to come here, not for thy roar. It reached mine ears, strong and clear as I soared the skies above. Oh. Well, I suppose you're keen to talk with Fornham? It's been quite some time since last you met, after all. Let's make haste. I'm not used to seeing my father so enamored. Cute. Though that does look like the equivalent dragon relationship of, like, a big, strong goth woman and a, like, twink. Like, the doppelganger definitely looks like he'd get pegged in that relationship. I give both of you my sincerest thanks. I find myself especially indebted to you, Arthur. My adventures investigating these legends shall live long in my memory. And you, Azure Dragoon, your strength far exceeds the tales I have heard. Your words are appreciated. The appellation is unnecessary. I have long since left that life behind. My past experiences with Nidhogg made me eager to see Fornham saved. When the Dreadworm took me as his vessel, I felt his mad heart's palpitations as mine own. There was no end to the sadness and distress that flowed from his soul. However, it was this ordeal that allowed me to harness the dragon within, while retaining my sense of self. You ought to be capable of the same by now, After. It shall doubtless serve you well in battles to come. If you're truly done with your old title, then I have a proposal for a new one. The Crimson Dragoon. Much more befitting now that the two of you fight alongside dragons, harnessing their strength as your own. I can see myself warming up to this new name. The best of luck to you all, Kai. I expect you to be as strong as your father the next time our paths do cross. Warrior of Light, I look forward to the day when we are able to fight side by side once more. Keep well. You shall have nothing to worry about. I'll become just as capable as father, so that I may someday soar the skies with a dragoon like you on my back. Thank you once again for everything. It's time for me to begin the journey home with father and Fornham. Know that I will ever be in your debt. I sincerely hope this is not the last of our adventures. Except it probably is, unless you turn up in the level 18 quest. This concludes the Dragoon quests. Dragoon Age. Okay. So using Gyrskogul grants life of the dragon and allows for the execution of more powerful actions such as Nostrand and Star Diver. Sweet. So, it's not a terrible looking spear, I guess. It's not a bad armor set. Trousers aren't bad. And what do the boots look like? Just by yeah, the boots are pretty basic. But you know what the good news is? Right away,
we can go and complete the Animus stage of this of the Dragoon relic. And just like that. We have this thing. Which of course doesn't really look any better. But we have it. Okay. So, what was it I was going to do next? Next I was going to do Ninja. Which, if I remember, this might take a little bit longer. From quests, I think Ninja had a little bit more of an involved quest line. I gotta head to Lenosha. Okay. In fact, the only reason I'm using this helmet is because it's one of the few helmets that actually shows up on a bunny. It's still a bit early to know. Yeah. Okay. I am very, very close to having Fisher maxed out. And so I'm basically just waiting for the daily turn into the Grand Company. And then I'll have all of the Disciples of the Land maxed out. So it's Fisherman's Reward. No, where is it? 'Cause I just realised. Yeah. I was heading towards the Rogues Guild. No, I've not needed to do that in like 50 levels. Whoops. I need to go and see Oberon, not Jack. I should probably take this helmet off, though. Because I won't be able to see shit through it. Like, it's nice to have a helmet that we can actually have on. But... oh, alas and alack. Whatever am I to do? Oh, Arthur. As a shinobi, I'm loath to admit it, but I did not see you come in. Truth be told, I have been somewhat distracted of late. Princess Yuki, it would seem, sent a letter to my village, praising us for our efforts on her behalf, thus revealing my story of an injury preventing me from making the journey home for the ruse that it was. My shame is not that I've been summoned back to the village, but
rather quite the opposite. Despite knowing that I am hale and hearty, my elders seem to be in no particular hurry to welcome me back into the fold. Should the time come when we have need for you in Doma, we shall summon for you. Until then, you are to remain at your post and do all in your power to aid our countrymen in Eorzean. Such were their final words. Is this how far I have fallen? Am I as a falcon bereft of its claws? A dull blade tossed to the wayside by its master? For all I know, I've been all but exiled to this place. I'm sorry, After. Heaven knows that you did not come here to listen to my griping. On a brighter note, I just received word from Captain Jack. It would seem some Easterners are causing something of a stir. I suppose I should be grateful that someone still has need of my services. Anyhow, it would seem the Kami have led you here at the most opportune time. Would you care to accompany me? Thank you, my friend. Let us make for Limsa and see what our friends at the Rogues Guild would tell us. Now we head there. I don't know what the ninja Eureka relics look like. I highly doubt that they're gonna beat out Sasuke's blades. Like, this is just such a good weapon. Well, if it ain't the dimbest damber of them all. Trust you've been keeping your stabber sharpened. What with you and Obero on the job, I reckon all will be bob before the Darkmans comes around. Here's what we stand. One of my little birds in the Kraken's arm came chirping to me a story about some Domans who I reckon are breaking one code or another. Seems they, the Krakens that is, were out snilching the eastern seas when they grabbed a vessel flying Garlean colours, as they're wont to do. But then comes the rub. The crew claimed to be Doman, you see, and upon whittling their captor's identity, they changed tack, begging for asylum on the Eorzean shores and offering the entirety of their cargo in full in return for safe passage. Calling them a Benekov or a fool, the Kraken captain took the self-styled Domans up on their offer. Stowing the eastern treasures and the Easterners themselves away in the old, they set sail for Limsa. But after pulling into port, a funny thing happened. No sooner had the Krakens dropped anchor than the refugees put on their best beater cases and skulked off into the dead of the Darkmans, leaving all their treasures behind. All their treasures save one, a scroll of sorts that had been hiding in a corner all inconspicuous like. Carvalane reckons that these Doman refugees have played us for some rum fun, and they're off selling the scroll on black market for good blunt even as we speak. I see. So you would have us recover the scroll in question and bring the thieving Domans to justice. I'm honoured to lend what aid I can, and yet I cannot help but wonder, just what could it be about this scroll to make it so valuable to my countrymen? Well, we're not going to whittle the scrap just sitting around here on our dawdles now, are we? Let's snilch town and see what the common coves and morts have and haven't seen. After, why don't you go pay Itolwan a visit at the wench? If there's any rumours going around about any shifty Easterners, like as not that morts should know. You do remember what to order, eh? Of course a dimmer-dammer like yourself would. Good luck out there and keep your waddles open. We'll be waiting for you in Bulwark Hall when you're through. Yes. I have no idea what I just said. Right, I'm actually going to quickly run to the toilet and then we'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so I need to go to the Drowning Wench. Oh, and to be fair, it is just about to turn. So if I'm having to go to the aft castle anyway, I may as well also turn in the thing for Fidget. Why the fuck not? Fine. Turn. There we go. Sorga. And I need 5 of them. Do we have them on Phantom? It's actually not too bad of a price. I have other stuff that I need to turn in. And whilst I'm here, I can drop off the rest of the Dragoon set into my glamour dresser. And level 100 Fisher, which also now means that we have every single Disciple of the Land at 100. So what is the achievement? Sorry, the title for that. Arbiter of the Land. We also got the Blood Dragoon. Snazzy. Okay. It is nice to see that. I don't have to do anything for them again. But now I need to focus on crafters, because with me getting classes using like level 90 plus equipment, I can't repair those, which is an issue. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. What's your pleasure, miss? A weak ale. Ah, you must be your own business. Mayhap I could offer you something from an underground menu. Now, what's your fancy? Guests from the east, you say? Why, yeah, I do believe we had some visitors not long ago matching that description. They left shortly before you arrived. I make a habit of pricking my ears up to catch our patrons' every whisper, but the party in question required little such effort. But they were shouting their tales of riches and glory in a roar that could wake the dead. Said they were on their way to Wineport to make a transaction in a lifetime. They weren't keen on going into detail. Just between us, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something less than savoury about their business. Speaking of savoury, can I interest you in our seafood stew? So, our lads headed to Wineport, eh? Better work after. Remind me to slip Idlewind some extra blunt next time we stop by the wench for libations. That said, something doesn't sit right with me. Cackling their plans for every drunkard and tavern wench to hear, I reckon our friends might be looking to amuse us, if you whittle magist. Keep your eyes open and your stabbers sharp, mates. Wineport! Well, there's a bleeding surprise. Code-breaking curs have already bit the blowing up the twig with a caravan's worth of bingo in tow. Word is, they were last seen beating a path for Bloodshore. What could they mean to... Wait a bleeding moment. What if the grog's not meant for selling, but keeping their throats wet on a long journey? I reckon our lads are trying to smuggle the scroll home. There's no time to lose. Let's brush off our beaters, case any make for Bloodshore or quick like. Oberoi will snilch to the north side. After, you take the south. We have to catch these curs before they slip from our dawdles like for good. It's like tongue twisters. I can get through like half of it, and then all of a sudden, I just fuck it up on random words. It is... I know that I say this whenever I play any class at the minute, but it has been a long time since I played Ninja. And I really haven't played it much, if at all, since Dawn Trail came out. Not that I think it changed that much. Heh, you just had to poke your noses in our business, eh? Guess you leave us no choice. Not even worth being joked on. Big ol' crab. Hit it. Massive damage. So you found some of your own. Congratulations. Let me guess. You came upon a couple of rough-looking coves. These coves came waving their stabbers in my face before I could edge in a word. Reckon 'twas the same for you? Scroll's nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. If I didn't know better... Oh wait, shit. The scroll is nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. If I did not know better, I would say they were a simple group of ruffians enjoying their ill-gotten grog. The dim one sees, but does he truly see? No, these unfortunate men were but pawns in a grand scheme, as disposable as the bottles that now litter the shore. Meanwhile, your true quarry has boarded a trader and sails for Kugana even as we speak, under the auspices of the East Aldenard Trading Company, no less. So cunning a scheme, I wish I'd thought of it myself. Or did I? How do you know all, bugger me? You're the code from the House of Sticks. Karasu Redbeak? Childhood friends turned bitter rivals. Then friends once more, reunited after far too long. Our hero returns and the audience swoons! Oh, what a joyous day. Or is it? I'll say this much, dim one. For once, you've managed to surprise me. To think that the oh-so-serious Oberoi would lie to his elders to avoid having to make the journey home, only to find he wasn't welcome to begin with. Oh, the irony of it all. Enough of your preening and prattling, Karasu. I want answers. How did you know we were here? Just what is your connection to the thieves we pursue? You mean the thieves who already eluded your clumsy grasp? Just as I am about to. I fear that is a story for another day.
Ever the slippery bird, that one. That daft rook's an acquaintance of yours. That's news to Jack's walls. Meanwhile, got our work cut out for us if we still want to grab all the scroll. Is there anywhere we can find a few wids? You know, secret-like. Say no more, Captain Jack. As luck would have it, our base of operations is but a short walk from these parts. After, join us at the storehouse. Redbeak. All the places I thought our search might lead us, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would lead us to him. Come square with me, Obra. Just who is this Karasu Ko? Can we trust him, or is he like us not to stick us his stabbers in our back the moment we turn our blind eye? No. I mean, yes? I mean, he's neither. Or both. Perhaps I should say, it's complicated. Judging from your reaction, it sure seems as much. Anyway, if our men have set sail for Ingashi, I reckon we have no choice but to do the same. I wasn't exactly preparing for a long voyage, but damned if I'll leave this job half done. That said, shamed as I am to admit it, this is old Jack's first journey to the Far East. I wouldn't know Kugani from a rum doxy's arse, and I don't know a rogue what can do his work without knowing the lay of the land. Worry not, Captain Jack. I've travelled there on many an occasion to procure the tools of my trade from the finest Tingan artisans. It would be my pleasure to serve as your guide. Your presence would be most heartening as well after. Kugani is a city where anything can happen, and there's no telling what dangers await us there. I'll agree with that, but mind ye, after's a right busy mort. What say we do it this way? Ober and I'll go on ahead, and we'll send for you once we've snilched up the place and worked out our next plan of action. A reasonable plan, Captain Jack. In that case, after, pray, check in at the storehouse from time to time. I'll send word to Yome when we require your services. In the meantime, may the Kami guide you in your training. After, I have a letter for you from Master Obero. It would appear that his investigation in Kugani has borne fruit. Here, see for yourself. Dear After, hope this letter finds you well. After a long and rather uneventful voyage, we've safely arrived in Kugane. Captain Jack seems quite taken with Hingan culture and is enjoying a stroll in the pleasure quarters at this very moment. But forgive me, you're not interested in a diary of our travels. As for the matter of the scroll, rumours abound of Doman scofflaws have been causing a stir in town of late. Putting together the accounts we've heard, the good captain and I are convinced that these are the thieves we seek. If the word about town is to be believed, these individuals are far more dangerous than we had imagined. I trust that you've been pursuing your ninjutsu training with your own usual diligence. My apologies, of course you have. In any event, we would have you join us at your earliest convenience. We'll be keeping an eye out for your arrival. Seek us in the alley behind the second pier ferry docks. Safe travels, friend. It's good to see Master Obero in good spirits once more. Ever since the elders commanded him to remain here in Eorzean, he's not quite been himself. After all, a shinobi without a duty to carry out is a hawk with clipped wings. It's good to see Master Obero soaring high once more. Still, I worry. Though I have great respect for the man, he can often be too trusting for his own good. Pray, go to his side, friend, and see that he does not get himself into undue trouble. May the Kami carry you safely across the sea.
So, judging by the title of this quest, we're going to be going bathing again. After, thank you for answering my call. Tsubame, too, has made the journey from the village to join us in retrieving the scroll. It's an honor to stand by your side again after. Master Obra will doubtless benefit from your presence, as he always does. Likewise, I figured we could use a few more Dimbadambas on the job, so I've sent for Underfoot and the Stray. Their ship should be pulling in the harbour before long. In the meantime, allow me to share what we've learned. Reliable sources have it that the theft of the scroll is the work of the Garnet League, a notorious band of outlaws feared throughout Doma. When the Doman rebellion was crushed 1 year ago, many a samurai fled the battlefield to escape the Empire's wrath. Dishonoured and unable to return home, most turned to banditry to eke out a living. It is the most lethal of these warriors who form the Garnet League. Cutting down innocent men for their coin purses, plundering villages, the men and women of the Garnet will gladly stain their hands with blood as long as it means they'll live to see tomorrow. Why they covet that scroll so, I cannot say. What I do know is that if you do not stop them, they are all but certain to leave a trail of corpses in their wake. We must move, and quickly. Fortunately, they should not prove hard to find. Confident in their ability to cut down anyone who dares oppose them, they take little trouble to conceal themselves. On the contrary, they parade their garnet-hued kimono for all to see. You can distinguish them from the similarly garbed Sekisagumi by their lack of a hakama and their singularly uncouth demeanour. Let us split up and cover as much ground as we can. I would entrust the Shiokaze hostelry in the Rakusa district to you. Keep to the shadows. Gather what knowledge you can. When we're done with the task, let us reconvene here. Alrighty then. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. One day she has us sneaking into a bleeding imperial storehouse, and the next the Confederacy's chasing us halfway across the Ruby Sea. Zakuro could pay us twice what she does and it wouldn't be bloody worth it. Come now, even you must admit it was quite the little adventure. It was fortunate that we came upon those Eorzean pirates when we did, and that they believed our little ruse. In the end, we made it here with a little prize, did we not? We simply took a slight detour. We didn't all make it, or have you forgotten about those we left behind at Bloodshore? Cut down by our pursuers, no doubt. Poor bastards. Whose brilliant idea was it to go along with the masked man's plan anyway? If our brothers could not fend for themselves, then they have only themselves to blame. As for our mysterious benefactor, he led us here as promised, did he not? Now we need only wait for our client to show and deliver the goods. And we'll never need worry about going hungry again. Speaking of which, just how long does our man mean to keep us waiting? I'm beginning to wonder if someone isn't playing us all for fools. Now, we were late with our delivery after all. Word has it, our client returned to Koshu when we did not show, and now is making the long journey back to Kugane. We owe him some patience, do we not? Down here? Yeah, it's down here. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. I swear, I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I barely put a finger on the thing. Next I knew it, Zakuro's blade was at my throat. I thought she was going to cut me down right on the spot. Put yourself in her shoes. They say our client's such a dangerous man, he's even known to kill those who renege on their agreements. If anything happened to the scroll, her life and ours would be as good as forfeit. You're saying she's as scared as us? Zakuro Brightblood, who single-handedly cut down 100 Garleans in a day during the rebellion? Zakuro Brightblood, who dyes her hair red with the blood of her foes? She cuts an imposing figure, that's true, but deep down she's actually quite the sensitive type. Sensitive? Don't make me laugh. So we're looking for a redhead. Okay. It would seem we have everyone's assembled. Excellent. Let us share all we've learned. Allow me to see if I have this right. So in short, the Garnet League lifted the scroll from a Garlean storehouse at the bidding of an unknown Hingan client. They mean to sail straight from Yangsha to Kugane, but ran afoul of the Confederacy, doubtless because they were too poor to pay the ruby tithe. In fleeing, they were then captured by the Krakens, so they claimed to be Doman refugees seeking asylum. Upon arriving in Eorzea, they made off with the scroll and eventually found safe passage to Kugane, with Karasu's aid. That one's motives remain as inscrutable as ever, but I digress. Furthermore, they are led by one Zakuro Brightblood, about whom no small number of tall tales are told. Regardless of their veracity, there can be no doubting that she's a formidable opponent. For my part, I heard that she is most protective of the scroll, and keeps it on her person at all times, night and day. I heard that Zakuro and her followers have rented a room at the Bakairo, an inn in town famous for its hot spring baths. All old Jack managed to whittle is that the cove's right fond of her flowing locks, and that she fancies herself a cup of tea, making the trip from the inn to the tea house and back at least thrice a day. That is most enlightening, Captain Jack. Now, we must find a way to get our hands on the scroll before Zakuro's client arrives. But how? We could challenge her to single combat, but the Sekisagumi would not look kindly on that. Besides, we're a shinobi, are we not? We must use stealth to our advantage. We simply need a plan. Hi guys. Look out below, Underfoot's on the scene. Good to see you again after. Can't wait to snilch the new tricks you learned from your friends here. What's a Mort got to do to get herself some sushi? I'm bloody starved. What's with all these bleeding seagulls? I swear, if another one takes a shite on me hair, it'll be seagull stew for dinner tonight. Wait, that's it. Bukebi, you're a bloody genius. And so am I reckon. Gather round and lend me your wattles, friends. Old Jack's got a plan. First, we catch Zakuro as she's beaten her way from the inn to the tea house. Underfoot, Bukebi, Tsubame, you three will be in charge of causing a scene and stopping the Mort in her tracks. Meanwhile, after, you make your way to that perch atop the markets and drop some imitation seagull shite down from above. What with her precious locks all mucked up, the Mort's sure to make for the hot springs. She can't very well bring the scroll into the water, so we just follow along all stealth-like and eat it from whatever basket she stowed it away in. For good measure, Ober and I head to bathhouse and keep the girl occupied until after has the scroll safely in her dawdles. Most impressive plan, Captain Jack. But I have one question. How do you propose the two of us keep Zakuro occupied? Obro, surely you remember our visit to Bronze Lake? The little show I put on for our private pirate friend? It's all quite simple, really. I'm not certain I understand what you... Oh, on second thought, I'm not quite convinced this is the best course of action. Give yourself some more credit, lad. Now after, you'll want to climb up onto the roof atop of the Bakairo, and then make your way across to the wire atop the markets. Here,
This white dye should do a suitable seagull shite impersonation. Once underfoot and the gang lures Sakura into position, let her fly. That's right. I'm gonna take a shit on a woman. Alright, lads and lasses, look sharp. We'll meet back here once all's Bob. Or at least I'm gonna pretend like I'm taking a shit on a woman. A seagull shit. But a shit all the same. I'm pretty sure it's easier to do this from the other side, but there's no reason why I can't. Oh, come on, I thought I could get up there too. No. I mean, I can, just not from here. Yeah, I should have fast traveled. The hair isn't that red. The pain! Oh, the pain. My poor girl, whatever's the matter? Someone, anyone, find a healer. The girl needs help. She don't give two shits. But I do. What was... Ah, bird shite. Oh, bloody brilliant. Thank you, kind sir and madam. But worry not, I'm not ill. You see, I simply haven't had a bite to eat all day. Is that all now? Fortunately, the Shiokaze hostelry is but a short walk away, and I hear their sushi is positively to die for. Shall we? My hair! My beautiful hair! Back to the bathhouse, I suppose. You search the basket, but to no avail. Scroll must be around here somewhere. How's it going, guys? What's the best way to get to the... I mean, wait, the rendezvous point is just back there, right? So that's fast travel.
Well done, my friends. The operation was, by any measure, a rousing success. That said, I've not seen Tsubame and the others. Do hope all is well. Now, that was some run fun, if I do say so myself. As for the cove, I wouldn't fret. Like as not, Vikebi and Underfoot dragged her off the yaffle on some of Kagani's finer delicacies. No doubt you're right, Captain Jack. In the meantime, pray, show me the scroll. After, I would see just what it is that Zakuro's mysterious employer covets so. Why, this is... Are my eyes to be believed? The forbidden mudra of summoning. I'd half thought it just a ghost story meant to strike fear into the hearts of shinobi who astray from their path. Forbidden summoning? Wouldn't know a mudra from my own grandmum, but that sounds right dangersome. It is indeed, Captain Jack. The legends say that if the summoner's focus wanes for even a moment, the monstrous beast called forth by this mudra will not hesitate to devour him whole. Many years ago it was gifted from our village to the King of Doma, and sealed away, to be used only in the most dire of circumstances. It was lost in the chaos of the Garlean invasion and never seen again, so it's been sleeping in an imperial vault all these years. So even with this bleeding all-powerful summoning at their fingertips, the Domans still couldn't hold off the Empire? Guess it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, eh? On the contrary, we never had the chance to find out. Master Gekkai, who led the shinobi, deemed the risk too great and refused to employ it, even as our nation fell. Whether Master Gekkai plotted his betrayal even then, or whether he had our countrymen's best interests at heart, I cannot say, though I would like to believe the latter. Nonetheless, it is clear that none in Garlemald knew of the scroll's true power, and so it sat untouched until it was stolen by the Garnet League, at the bidding of some unknown master. But aside from my fellow shinobi, who out there would know of the scroll's true power? But it matters little now. We have the scroll, and I must return it to its rightful home in my village. Afraid I can't let you do that, friend. I promised the Krakens I'd bring the scroll back for them, and I'll not have it said that Jack ain't a man of his wits. After all, scroll's been missing from your village from 20-odd summers, no? Clearly no one's suffering much. That's hardly the issue, Captain Jack. This scroll is an ancient treasure. It belongs in Doma. It belongs to those what found it, and that's the Krakens. Gods, if you ain't a stubborn bastard. Gentlemen, gentlemen, must you make such a scene? After all, strictly speaking, the scroll belongs to neither of you. Karasu, wherever did... Never mind. Thank you for guiding us here. You may rest assured the scroll will safely return to Doma. You have my gratitude. Oh, Oboro, my dear, sweet, deluded Oboro. You grow ever dimmer by the day. Do you truly believe that what I do for you? I did say that I was pulling on the strings in this little puppet play, did I not? Very well. Allow me to put it in words that even you can understand. The scroll belongs in Hingashi, to the master I now serve. My mistake was entrusting to Zakuro and her lackeys what I should have seen to myself from the very start. Oh well, live and learn, I suppose. In any event, allow me to propose a simple transaction. You hand over the scroll, and I return your friends to you with their heads still attached to their bodies. A fair trade, no? Karasu, you craven! On second thought, yeah, I do believe we could have even more fun. Keep your eyes and ears out, dim one. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Curse it all. And here I believe the man had turned over a new leaf after leaving Gekkai. But no, it would seem he simply found another villain to serve. Once a rook, always a rook, I reckon. A sharp one at that. Underfoot and the Stray aren't the types to get boned so easy. As long as we have the scroll, Karasu's not like to cause our friends any harm. Yet, he is an unpredictable and adversary as they come.
We must proceed with caution. Forgive me. It would mean much to me if you would remain in Kugane until our work here is through. Pray, continue to train in your ninjutsu. I shall call upon you again when the time is right. It's good to see you again, After. I've heard nothing from Karasu since last we met. It would seem we've no choice but to take matters into our own hand. And yet, in our current state, we are outmanned. In hopes of bolstering our ranks, I reached out to Princess Yuki, pride of the Yatsuguri clan. Her skills and knowledge of these lands would surely avail us in our effort. I'm pleased to say that she was more than happy to lend her aid, doubtless in no small part due to your own efforts on her behalf. Judging from her words, she's quite eager to prove herself. Perhaps a bit over-eager. I'd ask you to keep an eye on her, lest she go running off into some sort of trouble. Which mayhaps she already has, as she should have arrived hours ago. Perhaps she's simply gotten lost on the way, or stopped off for sushi and tea. Might the two of you be so kind as to search for her in my stead? And Jack, see if she's not in the Rakusa district, and after, pray search the markets of Koganedori. I'll remain here in case she's simply been delayed. Don't see her. She could be down the back alley. Yep, there she is. You okay? After, whatever are you doing here in Kugane? Not that I'm complaining, of course. I'm always happy to see the shinobi who helped bring prosperity back to my homeland. Yes, thanks to you, my people are doing wonderfully. Only downside of it is that now I have to be a proper princess again. Akagi, he's my personal bodyguard now, you see, was none too happy when I told him I'd be heading to Kugane. In fact... Yuki! Princess Yuki, come back at once! Oh, hells. He's on to me. I just have to help you and Obro in return for everything you did for me. Surely you understand? Can you go find Akagi and just tell him that I don't know, that I hopped on a ship to Eorzean or something? After. Fancy meeting you here. You're an awful long way from home, eh? Speaking of which, you haven't by chance seen Her Highness anywhere, have you? I caught her sneaking out the castle and followed her here to Kugane, but I seem to have lost her. Eorzean, you say? God, what is the girl thinking? If anything happened to her, I'd never hear... There's no time to lose. To the docks! Princess Yuki, wait for me! Princess Yuki! Thank you, After, and pray forgive me for asking you to lie on my behalf. I had half a mind to tell Akagi the truth, then he might have offered to help, Kami forbid. The man means well, but I hear that we face a most dangerous foe and simply don't have the heart to place Akagi in danger. You understand, don't you? In any event, I do believe we've kept Obro long enough. I forget I can do teleport as a ninja. Thank you for leading Her Highness here. Princess Yuki, thank you for making the journey to Kugane. Before we proceed, I would hear aught you might know of recent events in Hingashi.
As you doubtless know, though Hingashi appears to outsiders to be a land at peace, beneath the surface rival warlords are ever scheming to undermine each other's power. In that sense, it's entirely within the realm of possibility that one of them has employed a shinobi to gain a hidden advantage over his foes. This is merely speculation. Try as I might, I was unable to uncover any tangible evidence as to who might be behind these recent events. I see. Thank you, Princess. So it remains a mystery. What foul master does the treacherous crow serve? Now, dim one. Is that any way to talk about a dear old friend? Karasu, you have some gall to call yourself my friend. What have you done with Tsubame and the others? What's this? Dim one is joined by one new companion after the next. Our hero is wounded. Was his friendship not enough? Why are the geniuses of the world so misunderstood? Anyhow, I was hoping you'd ask. As a matter of fact, I had just the present for you. It's a game I like to call Kill or Watch Your Friends Be Killed. Do you like the name? Thought of it myself just now. The rules are really quite simple. Your precious swallow and the others are being held captive by the Garnet League on the Isle of Becco. You simply need to march in, cut down Zakuru and her men, and free your companions from their shackles. Succeed and I'll forget about the scroll, and you can all go marching happily back to Doma. Fail, and I get the scroll, and Zakuru bathes in your blood tonight. Yes, I do believe there's something in it for everyone. I'll be watching from the shadows. Do try to keep me entertained, won't you? Ugh, does his villainry know no bounds? Not keen on agreeing to them terms. Don't see we've much choice in the matter. If it's a fight he wants, it's a fight he'll get. Together we can take those Garnet curs. What do you say? Let's do it. Give me my friends. If only I'd been quicker to unravel Karasu's schemes and not have to place you in danger like this. Still, it heartens me to know you'll stand with us. Same old's true for me, lass. Well, I'm not proud we let that rook get the better of us. Feel a lot safer knowing a dimber-damber like yourself is on our side. Let's get Underfoot and Vakebi out of there right quick like. Ever since the elders told me my presence was not needed in the village, I've struggled to find meaning in my daily existence. For whom do I fight? For what greater purpose? Now I've found an answer. It is for you, my friends. You who have stood beside me in the darkest of times. You who have shown me that there is strength inside me that even I had long forgotten. You who... This is no time for prittle-prattle, loud. Haven't you noticed the princess has already gone and up the twig? Dust off your beta cases and let's move. Man speaks true. Yes, we must be strong of both body and mind if we hope to prevail. To the Isle of Becco, where our friends await us. Okay. I'm here. Little to my surprise, it would seem Karasu has alerted our foe to our presence. Let us proceed with caution. There's no telling what manner of treachery the crow has in store for us. So if we're already doing the level sync section, wonder how bad the next couple of quests are going to be. Yeah, of course. That has attracted fucking everyone. There really wasn't any point in us being stealthy. I think I remember dying on my other character whilst doing this. At least once. Of course, Vakevi's hungry. Super stealthy. No one can see these red blades in the night. Karasu. So Obro fucked up. Ah, yes. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. I did remember that I died here. The thing is, can I just... There's no point in being stealthy. Fight them anyway. So I'm going to fight. Turns out I am much faster than these guys. This time let's hang back and actually see what Karasu does. There he is. Little shit. Don't worry, there's more of them over here, Yuki. Please stop targeting me. Please stop targeting me. I am so fucking squishy. And like everything will be level synced down, like substat max as well. You got more courage than sense to come this far. If we fought on the same side, I could see myself getting to like you. But we serve another master. He just so happens to be a demanding one. Don't give me that look. We've all got to make a living. This is the best way we know how. Now draw your blades. Sakura will bathe in your lifeblood this day. Okay, but everything else is going to take a minute for me to break them down. So let's just do this. And then... Motherfucker. Forget what I can use that kunai gauge for. Oh, it just powers up the third hit of my combo. And she's down. This is riveting. I've already killed the boss. Just die. There we go. Bloods are whirling through the air, blood watering the fields. Shinobi fighting side by side, all for the sake of their dear friends. Could there be a more moving sight? Our hero is moved to tears. Or not. But do not worry. As promised, I'll return your precious swallow with nary a feather out of place. Once you hand over the scroll, of course. What foolery is this, Karasu? We played your little game and we won, did we not? Are you not a man of your word? Oh, my poor, stupid Oboro. How dim can one man get? Didn't anyone ever tell you that promises are made to be broken? Especially mine. Now, hand over the scroll, and quickly now. I don't particularly enjoy killing my dear friends. That's never stopped me before. Oboro, the scroll. Very good, dim one. Yes, I dare say you've played your role to perfection. Fly away home, little swallow. We've had enough fun for the day. Competent fools, the lot of you. How long do you intend to keep me waiting for what is rightfully mine? Lord Hanzo! Couldn't have come at a better time. You'll be happy to know I have just what you've been looking for. Behold. Our hero has truly outdone himself this time. At long last, the ancient secrets of Hingan ninjutsu will be his. Do tell me, Lord Hanzo, when will training begin? Lord Hanzo? No? Silence, whelp. Bastard get of Sasuke the Shamed deserve naught but a quick death. Well, well. Brood of Doman dogs who would call themselves shinobi. You stand before Hanzo the Hidden, 12th Lord of the Kagakakushi clan. You should consider yourself fortunate that I do not cut you down where you stand. And you call your petty tricks ninjutsu? I spit on your ninjutsu. Your very existence brings dishonor to every true shinobi who has ever lived. Yes, those of my clan. The original and true practitioners of the art. Be thankful that I have more important matters to attend to today. Enjoy what little remains of your miserable lives. Your time will come, and before you know it. Give me my friends. Pray, give me a moment to take in all we just saw. At least I won't have to deal with Karasu fucking spouting bullshit again. I do not know where to even start. Karasu killed off before our very eyes. The forbidden mudra in the hands of this Hanzo, who claims to hail from the clan who founded our art, and who harbours a grudge against Master Sasuke, and in turn us, for reasons I can scarce begin to imagine, scarce begin to understand. Though it may be small comfort, we can take heart in one matter. In truth, the scroll Hanzo now holds is but one half of the whole. Alone, it is all but worthless. The other half is tucked safely away in our village, far from Hanzo's peering eye. It's a secret known only to the elders, entrusted to me by the old hermit before I took my leave. Is that so? I would have appreciated if someone could have shared that knowledge with me as well. The old hermit always did like you better, for some reason. Still, I do not expect this Hanzo to give up so easily. Whatever the true nature of the grudge he holds against the founder of our village, it seems to nigh border on obsession. Our adversary claims to hail from the Kage Kakushi clan. Princess Yuki, are you familiar with the name? If I remember the histories correctly, they achieved great renown for their exploits in the battle against the Age of Strife. It was said that a single Kage Kakushi fought with the strength and skill of 1,000 lesser shinobi. Until one day, when a vengeful warlord razed their village to the ground, slaughtering even wives and babes. The Kage Kakushi on the battlefield, too, disappeared one after the next, an inglorious end by any measure. If this Hanzo is truly a descendant of the clan, it would stand to reason that he would seek revenge against those who betrayed his ancestors. But how this is connected to Sasuke, I cannot say. But if there's one thing I know, it's that I'm not going to just stand by while this Hanzo plunges our nation into another age of war. I'll return home and see if there's any more knowledge of the Kage Kakushi to be had. Thank you, Princess. We're counting on you. For our part, we should return to Yongsha. Once Hanzo realizes that he only possesses half of the knowledge he needs, he's like to turn an eye to our village. We must warn the elders. If it's all the same, I reckon I'll join you. I'm not keen on showing my face in Limpset till I got the goods I came for in mid-Duddles. That said, someone needs to see to it that all's Bob back at home. Underfoot, for Kevy. Can I count on you to keep things in order till I've seen a business here? Aye aye, Captain. Consider it done. Just hurry back, will you? I'll make sure there's a Bismarck special with your name on it. Look at me if this journey hasn't been one surprise after the next. Something tells me the best is yet to come. You'll be joining us, won't you, after? For old time's sake. I cannot thank you enough, friend. The journey to Yongsha is a long one. After we arrive, let us rest up in the village of Namai. My long-awaited homecoming. For the first time since I left in pursuit of Karasu. Karasu, you truly left this world for good. I mean, it certainly looked like he got burnt to a crisp. But it's not like we saw a body either. Oh, wait, they're right fucking here. Tsubame and I will first make the journey to the village alone. Forgive me, the elders are not like to smile on the sudden arrival of outsiders. We'll report on all that we saw in Hingashi, and gather what wisdom we can. Pray, wait for us here. We'll return as soon as we are able. Do not ask for a hero's welcome, but, well, I suppose there's no putting it off any longer. Seems we're on our own for the time being. Reckon I can find some Benny-Bingo and a couple of rum doxies in this place. Just having a bit of an amuse, but with his Hanzo on the prowl, Best we both keep our stabbers sharpened. After Obro got back not long ago, mumbled something about his trip to the village was uneventful, then dragged his beta cases off somewhere or another, looking at the ground all the while. Jack knows how to read a code. Something tells me the boy ain't right these days. Like he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. You know the lad better than anyone. You reckon there's somewhere he'd run off to if we were looking to clear his head? Is there a waterfall in these parts? A waterfall? Now you mention it, I did hear the sound of running water when I went on a stroll the other day. Not quite sure I whittle you, but if that's where you think the lad is, like as you're not, you're right. Let's go see if we can't ease his cares a bit. Hiya. Arthur. I'd hoped to spend some more time alone with my thoughts, but it's just as well. It grows cold, and I'll warm myself by a fire. You know me all too well, Arthur. I suppose I should not be surprised. Well, you shocked the living wits out of me. I was expecting to find you in front of the waterfall, not in it. At first, I did just that, Captain Jack. But when listening to the flowing water did not calm my heart as I hoped, I took the next logical course of action. I can't explain it. I returned to my village, fully expecting to be punished for my deception and chastised for my failure to perform my duty. Instead, I was greeted as a hero. The honourable shinobi who slew the villainous Karasu, traitor to our village and country. But it's all a lie. Master Gekkai was the traitor. Were it not for Karasu, putting aside the foul deeds he performed in service to his final master, my eyes would have been forever blind to the truth. That day I promised Karasu that I would keep the truth hidden and claim the glory and accolades in his stead. I thought nothing of it. But it's just too much. Perhaps the man deserved to die for his sins. It's not for me to judge. He does not. But does he deserve to go to the grave as a hated villain, while I reap the fruits of deeds I can scarce call my own? You really are too serious for your own good, lad. Let old Jack tell you a story. Once upon a time, well, maybe not so long ago, there was a Dimba Mort by the name of Milala, the captain of the Yellow Jackets who was always more style than substance, if you whittle me. Long story short, Arthur and me did ourselves a good deed. The lass took the credit for herself. Did a part of me resent it? Sure, I got feelings as any other cove. But people in our business, including this Karasu rook, I reckon, need people like her. People to stand in the lightmans and claim the glory, while we ply our trade in the dark. Milala might not have done the deed, but since then they say she's a new woman, doing all she can to be the hero what people believe her to be. In not so many words, I guess what I'm saying is, rather than clouting yourself in the knob about glory you feel you don't deserve, why not try to live up to the person your friends would have you be? Thank you. I must admit, I never thought of it that way. Why are you naked? Obro, I forgive me. I've readied the falcon as you requested. Shall we pay Master Kamui a visit? Allow me to explain, my friends. Since returning here, I've been researching the history of our village, in particular the life of our forefather, Master Sasuke, in hopes of better understanding our foe and the grudge he bears. The tales say that Master Sasuke came to Doma on a mission so secret, no records of it were ever left. Our elders, too, were at a loss. If any possesses knowledge of such ancient happenings, they said it would be the old hermit. That is what we call Master Kamui, an elder who retired from his post long ago, and now spent his days in meditation at Plum Spring, pondering the meaning of existence to depths ordinary minds can scarce comprehend. As my student, you too are an heir to Master Sasuke's legacy. I'd ask that you accompany me to Plum Spring, that together we may learn the truth about the father of our art. Will you do this? Excellent. Plum Spring's not far from here, but we cannot travel there on land. Tsubame was kind enough to summon the falconer. Let us return to Namai. I'm no shinobi, and I wouldn't know this Sasuke from a hole in the ground, but I'm coming with you, if for no other reason than I'm dying for a change of scenery. Oh. Master Kamui rarely accepts visitors. The elders have assured me he awaits our arrival. Do not ask me why, but they say he's particularly interested in seeing you, Tsubame. In any event, Plum Spring is but a short and pleasant flight away. When you're ready to depart, pray, speak to the falconer out there. Or I can just do it now through you. I could have just flown here myself, though. Yep, that's definitely an old guy. This is the esteemed Master Kamui. I can scarcely wait to hear what words of enlightenment he would share with us. I swear to God if he ends up being like Master Roshi. 1,000 apologies for the intrusion, Master Kamui. It is I, Oboro. I'm seeking knowledge of Master Sasuke and the founding of our village. It would not be an imposition. Pray, share with us your great wisdom. Oba who? I don't know any Oba. My back! Every word I speak is a dagger in me. No, this won't do at all. I'll be needing my medicine. The usual, that is. Liver of a Youngshan tiger, horn of a rhino beetle, claw of a Doman weasel. Yes, that always does the trick. Yes, I simply cannot carry on a conversation in such pain. So be on your way. You stay here, my little swallow, and keep an old man company. With every wid being a dagger in him, he sure likes his prattling. Oboro. Where have I heard that name before? Enlightenment my ass. This old coot's a real piece of work. Oboro. Ah, yes, the dim little boy who could never quite match the wits and skills of his friend Karasu. Yes, that is I. It is my honour to bring you the medicine you seek, Master. Forgive me, my friend, but it seems we have little choice but to indulge the Master. Between the three of us, hopefully it will not prove too trying a task. Let us return to Namai. Playing errand boy for Master Kamui. What a splendid turn of events. In any event, let us split up and make short work of this. I'll hunt down a Youngshan tiger. Captain Jack, pray, see to the rhino beetle horn. After, I would entrust the Doman weasel claw to you. My apologies for troubling you with such a menial task, but I fear Master Kamui is nothing if not stubborn. In any event, let us return here when we have found what he seeks. I mean, I could have very easily done all three.
Yeah, that was easy.
Ah, I trust you were able to procure a weasel claw.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend. I'm pleased to report that Captain Jack and I were also successful in our hunts. Let us return to Plum Spring and hope that Master Kamui is feeling more talkative. If it's all the same to you lads, I'll be staying here, thank you kindly. I'd like us not to give that old coot a clout in the knob, and I reckon your elders wouldn't take kindly to that. Is it just me, or does Master Kamui seem rather spry, given his condition? No matter. Let us give the man what he asked for. Oh, my favourite medicine. Never fails to put a spring in an old man's step. But, Master Kamui, we've not begun to boil a... Forgive me. What I mean to say is, it warms my heart to see you well. So, it was Sasuke's secret mission you wish to hear of. Let me see what I remember. It was... so long ago. Once upon a time in Hingashi, in the time they call the Age of Strife, there lived a man named Hanzo. Hanzo the First, leader of the Kagekakushi clan. He crafted a summoning mudra of terrifying power. Many a warlord did covet this power. They might wield it to unify the warring states under their rule. Hanzo would hear nothing of it. Time and again he turned down prestigious posts and untold riches, declaring that the mudra could be used only in defense. He recorded his knowledge on a single scroll and sealed it away far from the eyes of man. Sometime later a vagabond came to Kagekakushi. After the villagers nursed him back to health, he explained that he had fled across the sea from the land of Doma to escape the reign of a tyrant. So it was that Hanzo the First, moved deeply by the traveller's story, called upon Sasuke, his most trusted protege, to carry the forbidden knowledge across the Ruby Sea and bring freedom to the people of Doma. Sasuke wielded the power but once, such was its power. In a matter of moments, the tyrant's army crumbled before its might. The Doman people at last knew freedom. But Sasuke felt that his job was not yet done. He resolved to remain in Doma and established a village here. He might train his new countrymen to carry on his legacy and pass down the art of ninjutsu to future generations. That is the untold story of our village's origins. As for the forbidden mudra by whose power Doman's freedom was won, who can say why our ancestors feared it so? All that we know is that he was not content to merely seal the scroll away, but took his blade in hand and sliced it clean in two. One piece was presented as an offering to the king of Doma in celebration of the nation's newfound freedom. The other he sealed away in his village, our village, never again to see the light of day. We suspected as much. Master Sasuke was no traitor or deserter, but a shinobi of honor. Even at the time, it is said that Hanzo I told none other of Sasuke's true mission. Though unfortunate, it is little surprise that today, centuries later, his descendants see Sasuke as little more than a traitor who stole away their greatest treasure and fled to a foreign land. Thank you, Master Kamui. This has proved more enlightening beyond my wildest hopes. Glad to hear it, boy. But don't think I'll take kindly to you interrupting my blissful enlightenment again. As for you, my little swallow, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Sorry to interrupt your lecherous prittle-prattle, but the princess here has got news to share. I'm afraid it ain't of the good variety. Obra, we must act quickly. Our men afield have reported that the Kakakukushi clan musters their forces in full and means to march on Doma. No doubt Hanzo has figured out where the other half of the scroll lies. There's no time to lose. We must return at once and prepare to defend the village. That. Tsubame has gone to deliver the news to the elders. Meanwhile, Princess Yuki makes for the Ruby Sea to look out for Kagakukushi's army's approach. We know not the size of our foe's army nor their strength, only that both are formidable, and then some. Suffice it to say, we'll be tested as never before. In what time we have, I implore you to devote yourself to your training as if our very lives depend on it. But they surely do. It is time after. The army of the Kagakukushi clan marches on Yangsha, even as we speak. Princess Yuki keeps watch from afar. She says their numbers are legion. We must gather our brothers and sisters of the village and make toward the Ruby Sea to meet them head on. There is one thing, however, that does not sit well with me. As Princess Yuki tells it, there is no sign of Lord Hanzo among the advancing army. Though we met only the once, he does not strike me as a man who would stay home and let others fight his battles. He's surely plotting something, but what? Have you any ideas? We would strike at our blind spot. But of course, he needs to circle around and cross over to Yangsha by way of the Azim Steppe, catching us from behind. And yet our foe vastly outnumbers us. We simply cannot afford to spread our forces thinner than they already are. If Hanzo means to sneak through the back door undetected, like as not he comes alone. I would trust the defense of the steppe to you. Go in safety, friend, and may the Kami smile on us today. Can't speak for you, but getting caught between two squabbling ninja clans wasn't high on my to-do list. Still, we're on this ship together, so might as well see the voyage through to the end, I reckon. If that Hanzo shows up, grab his half of the scroll for me, will you? Yeah, I may as well actually travel. Where's the spot I can fly? It's not working. Probably would have been quicker if I just fast traveled, to be honest.
Pardon me, my girl. I seem to have lost my way. Could you show an old man to Plum Spring? Clearly, you're not as stupid as your friends. But it's too late. The scroll is returned to the hand of its rightful owner. Everything proceeds according to my plan. As expected, Doman Ninjutsu was a sad sight to behold, where Sasuke's sorry get struggled to wield 3 mudra, the Jonin of the Kagakakushi command 4 with ease. Bunshin no Jutsu, so we call it in the Hingan tongue. Mirrors and mirrors of mirrors. In a matter of moments, my few loyal men appeared from afar to be a legion. With all but a few abandoning the village to meet the challenge of my army, it was simple enough to put on the guise of the old man and walk out with what was rightfully mine. What is the difference between a true shinobi and the Doman Horsons who dishonor our name with their very existence? But the dishonor ends today. At long last I shall wipe the earth of the sons of Sasuke the Shamed, the thief who stole my great ancestors' knowledge and consigned our proud clan to ruin. I should not waste my time with a false shinobi such as you. And yet there is a sharpness, an edge in your technique that your Doman friends lack. Yes, you should make a fine test for my newfound powers. Come, great beast! Hanzo the Hidden, descendant of your first master, bids you come.
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump.
What? What is the meaning of this? So fearsome, their floppy ears. So terrifying, their sharply protruding teeth. The audience gasps in horror. You. I killed you. I thought you sharper than that, my friend. There was some resemblance around the eyes, I'll admit, but the real me is so much more handsome. The lordling is dumbfounded. So stubbornly proud was he of his precious 4th mudra. Never in a million years did it occur to him that my master Gekkai had mastered the same technique. A technique he imparted to me. Oh, and if those lovely little creatures thumping about you didn't give it away, that scroll in your hands is quite fake. Couldn't very well let forbidden knowledge fall into the wrong hands, now could I? Though you only succeeded in killing my mirror, you did try to kill me. Really didn't appreciate that. My poor little chick. You always end up doing the dirty work, don't you? But worry not, for this time, at your side stands not Oboro the Dim or some 2-gil rogues, but the most stylishly lethal shinobi this realm has ever seen. What say we cut this self-important sop down to size? You dare mock me? Your every breath brings shame to the ancestors of our art. My ancestors! Pay for your insolence. Come.
Hiya.
misread that as hentai for a second. Oh, hello. Yako? Die already, that's my fault. Oh Lord, he did! So that ain't gonna save you now. So I don't know what he's... Oh, okay. Got him! Him on the head. You've come far, my little chick. Dare say you could teach the dim one a lesson or two. Spare Obro the details. A reputation to uphold, after all. It was rather exhilarating to fight on the same side for once. We really should do it again sometime. Till we meet again, exit our hero. Stage right. What's this, you say? Karasu still lives? I knew the slippery bird had another trick up his sleeve. All's well that ends well, eh? Seems that Karasu fellow was a right Benny Cove after all. Reckon you're lucky to have a friend like that. Lucky? For all the trouble he puts us through, I'd sooner have 1,000 arch enemies. You'll be pleased to know we made short work of the Kagekukushi army. As soon as we realised there was mostly smoke and mirrors, it weren't long before we milled what was left of them. Not have done it without you. You are the saviour of our village. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we can rest easy, knowing that half of the Forbidden Scroll is safely back in our hands. If the half Karasu gave to Hanzo at the Isle of Becca was a fake, that means... Curse it all, that confounded crow! My duty is clear. I must pursue Karasu and recover the scroll. Tsubame, pray, tell the elders that I will be returning to Eorzean for the foreseeable future. Do not mention Karasu's name. Remember, the official story is that the traitor is long since dead. Do not worry, Obro. I'll see that the elders leave you alone, as I always do. Sharpened up a bit, haven't you, lad? Now, if you don't mind, I'll be taking the false scroll back with me to Limsa. If even that Hanzo couldn't whittle the difference, old Carvalane and the Krakens ain't like to know any better. After, Obero, it was my honour to lend my blade to your cause. I wish I could have cut down a few more of Hanzo's henchmen, but oh well. I suppose one can't have it all. Now, I must return home to... Hells, I've forgotten Akagi. Poor fool's probably tearing the realm upside down looking for me. I must be off, friends. Well, keeps you on your toes, I'll give her that. And with that, I best be moving my do-beaters as well. And I too shall take my leave. My friends, it was as ever an honour to fight by your side. After, if you're not in a hurry to return to your adventures, I'd have a word with you. Pray, meet me at the storehouse upon your return to Lenosha. Okay. I'm going to fast travel to Limsa because it's free. And then I can travel to Eastern Lenosha. Thank you for coming. I've been reflecting on recent events and contemplating what it means to walk the path of a shinobi. I know you to be the contemplative sort as well, so I'd share with you my thoughts. When I first came to Eorzean, I thought only of fulfilling the duty entrusted me by my elders. It would be no exaggeration to say that it was my sole purpose in life. Meeting you, learning the truth of Master Gekkai from Karaso, these experiences changed me. In the end, I forsook my duty in honor of following my own heart, faced my old master in combat, and slew him for his treachery. Even after that, I remained here in Eorzean to follow my own sense of duty. Even though I believed in the path I had chosen, in my heart of hearts, a part of me was unsure. Is my true home not my village? Is my true duty not to the brothers and sisters I left behind? I've pondered time and again the story of Master Sasuke as told by the old hermit, and at long last it is clear to me. Master Sasuke could have returned home after freeing the people of Doma from the tyrant's reign. In fact, one could say it was his duty to do so. Instead, he chose to remain there, and founded the village where I was raised. This was not his duty, at the very least not a duty tasked to him by his master Hanzo I. Rather a cause he took up on his own accord. In this sense, I cannot blame the descendants of the Kage Kokushi from viewing him as little more than a dishonourable renegade worthy of scorn. Nevertheless, Master Sasuke was willing to forsake his legacy and the recognition of his people to follow a path that he truly believed in. I have no intention of abandoning my village either, but I too would follow in my ancestors' footsteps, in my own humble way. My first mission that I have given myself is to track down Karasu and bring the stolen scroll back to the village where it belongs. He is ever an elusive bird. The task will not be easy. I welcome the challenge. But forgive me, After. I've rambled on enough. You've proven yourself to be a true shinobi, and more than that, a true friend. I look forward to the day when we can stand together once more. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the, changes every mudra into its own action. Which means that I actually would need to have the mudra on my bar somewhere. Which I haven't done for a long time. Oh yeah. Let's open this up. So we've got the Nagi. They don't look terrible. They're not great though. And I went. It's a face thing that we can wear. Oh my god. I kind of like the chest piece, not gonna lie. I think I prefer the level 61 though. I don't hate it. You know what's up now. Time to go and finish the Animos version. Which then just leaves Bard, Machinist, and Black Mage. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get to the Bard quests tonight, because I should probably finish up and start winding down for bed. And just like that, we got them. They're actually not terrible. I don't mind the glow effect on the daggers. I still prefer the Sasuke blades, but I don't hate that. Let's do a quick sort, and then I need to do that. Cool. Frees up a bit of space. Okay, let's go and drop this stuff off in my glamour dresser. And yeah, that'll be where we call it for tonight, because, like I say, I need to get ready for bed. But the next stream we will probably be doing... I mean, it depends when I stream. If I stream on Wednesday and it's more Final Fantasy, we'll probably do Bard and Machinist quests. Depending on how long those take, we might also do Black Mage, and then we're done with the 60 to 70 job quests. But then on Friday, if we've still got job quests to do, we'll probably do one set and then finish off the Omega raids. Or at least try to finish them off. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Have a good one. Later.